There we go. Looks like we're going now. Hi, everybody. It's Jill Blanchette with Green Thumb Stampers. What's happening? I don't know if I'm live or not. My live says I'm live. I'm not going to mess with it though. Didn't open up a Facebook session for me. I guess I'll go and open Facebook and see if it shows me it's live. Why do I have problems like this? Stinking stuff that just wastes all of our time. We got to get this card going. There I am. So I guess I'm working. Don't know if anybody's with me yet. I guess if you're here, comment, let me know you're here, where you're from, how you know me, if you're new to my page, if you're new to my videos. But while you're doing all that, let's just get going. I'm going to show you a fun fold tonight from a card I found on Pinterest. And I'm finding that I tend to, when I see cards that I like, they're a lot of times from the same people. And maybe because some of these larger demos do a lot of videos. This happens to be a fun fold that I saw on Pinterest from Lisa Curcio, from Lisa's Stamp Studio, I believe is her name. And I just took it from there. So it's like, okay, I like it. I'm going to use it. So it's just one of those, like I said, I find a design that I like, and then I just take off with them because they're cool. And it ends up to be people that I often find that I like their stuff. So, oh, hey, Janice, thanks for joining. Hi, Christy, thanks. I think it blinks or something, but it might be broken. I don't know. I got to get some couple new ones and figure out the order that they're in the drawer so I don't wear them too many times. But at the Plainwell Ace hardware store on Ladies Night, I forgot to purchase, they have a bracelet that lights up that I was going to get, and I totally forgot to get it before we left and went up north for onstage. But anyway, I'm going to get started with the card. Let me turn my camera down. I got off to a slow start. I started my whole spiel and it looks like I didn't press the go live button or something. And you know, if it's not one thing, it's another with me these days. So I got my computer down. Seems like I've just got to slow down. I'm just doing too many things at one time. And hey, Sharon, how's it going? Okay, here's the card, you guys. And it folds up like this. And it should stay up there, but I've been fiddling around with it. I was trying to get it to stay up there for Mike. And when I was goofing around with my resident creative director, you may see that I've got sort of a bend in it right there. So now it doesn't want to stand up because I was goofing around when he couldn't figure out how to stand it up. And now it's got a weak link. It's my weakest link, but that's what we're making. And I'm going to get started and show you what to do. Set it over here. I'm also trying everything is running super slow at our house today. I've been trying now for most of the afternoon to get my last paper pumpkin card to load. I ended up re-videoing it just because after a long time of loading, I just had too many little things I was trying to do with it. So I redid it and I'm trying to reload it, and it's been hours and it's just not loading. So I deleted it from the download and started it again, and it's still not going. So I'm just going to let it go, and hopefully I'll have the cards loaded up tomorrow. But you saw the little reel, I hope, of the alternates that I made and what's to come, and you can patiently wait for them. So I've got a 4 1/4 by 11 sheet of paper, and I have a 4 1/4 by 7 sheet of paper. We're going to score them both. I gotta get my instructions out of what I did so I don't mess up. So we're gonna score it at 1.5 and 5.5 inches. Oh, not that cutting blade, we're not. So 1.5 and 5.5. And any of you guys that watch Lisa, she may have done a nice video on it and you already know how to make this. And then on this paper, we're also scoring at 1.5 and 5.5. We're done with that. And then we are going to take this piece, the 4.25 by 7 inch piece, and make our mechanism for the middle to get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm using these, I thought that they were the Nested Essentials dies, but they're not. They're the Hippo and Friends dies. So I think these might be retired. Possibly not. Hopefully not, because the code, when I set it, the code out to put in the comments at the end, it did not tell me it was retired. So maybe they're still around, but I'm eyeballing that. Looks okay to me. We're going with it. So I'm just going to put this die down because you want to cut a hole in this piece. And I realized my paper is going to be too fat for the little machine, I believe. So, bam, there goes all my supplies. Let me open this up and then we'll get it taken care of and get it out of the way. We're going to cut this hole out of the centerpiece. You can use any dies that you have, but you should use one that you've got like layering, that you've got a couple different sizes to choose from so that you can go down and cut out another one from that's going to go in your hole. So we've got our hole cut out that you could save if you want to use it for something else. And I didn't zoom in tonight, guys. That's part of the reason I was late too. It wouldn't zoom in for me, so you're stuck with. I'll hold it up when I think about it and show you. Oh, hey, Julie. Hey, Patty. So we're going to take this piece now, and I'm just going to set it off to the side for a second. And then we're going to go back to our main piece, and we're going to burnish on those 2 folds. And then we're going to build up our card. So I've got a 4 by, I believe it's like a storybook fold. It's 4 inches by 3 3/4. And then I've got a basic white piece that's a 1/4 inch smaller. So it's 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And I'm going to glue those 2 together. Yeah, Mom, you're going to have to stop that snow from falling. Get those roads clear. Mike's going to freak out if there's a snowstorm. Oh, we got a week. We got a week. All right, so we're going to glue that down. Then I'm going to glue that onto the front. I just went upstairs. I think I've been upstairs like twice today, and we got quite a bit of snow on the ground. Nothing like that, but we got quite a bit on the ground right now from what I could see. It's dark out, but that's what happens when I'm a basement dweller. Oh, the roads. Did you guys go away, Christy, or you were just out locally? Okay, so now what I've got is 2 pieces to cover this lower flap. And that is 1.5 inches. So this is 1.25 by 3 3/4. Oh no, it's not. It's 1.25. Yeah, I'm looking at my notes and I got myself off. I should follow Julie's post-it notes and peel them off as I go. I got 4 by 1.25. So outside top, bottom, 4 by 1.25. That's what that is. I'm going to glue it on. And I also could just write on the back of every piece, couldn't I? Pencil, and then I would. And then our designer paper for the top is 3 3/4 by 1. And this is the very bold and merry. Goes with the sweet from the Merry and Bright. Very merry and bold, bold and merry. I just wrote it down too. That's how bad my brain is functioning. I wrote it down when I was doing the ingredients for the card. Okay, so now we've got the front done with our layers. I'm going to go ahead and do our stamping. So what I've done is I got the classic letters, and they were in the online exclusives back when in our first set of online exclusives back in March. And so I'm using the H from that. And then I got my dies from the Merry and Bright's bundle. And I ended up not using anything from the stamps. I just used the light bulb, the hanger at the top, and then the filament in the middle. It's in there somewhere, or right here, and the filament. So I went ahead and cut all that out. So what I'm going to do is take my lemon lime, and I'm going to put my first H down. And then I'm going to clean that real good. And you know what, I'm going to wait on that next one, and I'm going to build the bulb. So we're going to take our little filament, and I did use a glittery paper for it. Get it right up to the bulb. And then I used silver foil for the top hanger part. And then I just glued it flat onto my card. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that on while I move on to the next one. So I got this right up against it's really a tight fit. So I kind of got it right up against the edges and stuff. Then I got my Balmy blue. And I'm going to put another H over here. And we're going to build the green bulb. Same way. I should get out my little tweezers. You know, we've got all these fun tools, and I purchase them and then forget to get them out. But I do have the tweezers that's in the toolkit, the reverse tweezers. That would help me pick up this stuff and hold on to it. Keep the glue off my hands. What? Grandbaby. I caught that. Kathy doesn't have a grandbaby yet, right? Did I miss that? Kathy, are you home? Okay, I'm confused. I'm not keeping up with the words. I'm assuming I'd have seen something. I'd have seen the text go back and forth if Kathy had a grandbaby. All right, I'm gonna put my green bulb over here. Guys got me all befuddled now. And then I'm gonna pull in my Night of Navy with the H again. And we're gonna come down at the bottom and put the final H down there. So if you're not getting it, it's supposed to be like ho, ho, ho. You know, again, a lot of things in my mind need explanations, so. Back, get this out of the way. Oh, we will need that again, but. And then we will do the Balmy blue. Little guy. Like I said, this is a glitter paper. I don't even know where I got it. If we had it at one time, I just thought that it was sparkly and nice and would add a cute little extra something to the card. And then we'll put our little, and I got to thinking when I looked at this bulb, I might be using this thing wrong because to me it's the end of the bulb with the threads on it that screws into the socket. It wouldn't have this on it. So I'm not exactly sure if I'm using this piece wrong or if bulbs today look like that and then you can just hang them like those Edison lights. If they have that thingy showing or not, I don't know. But uh-oh, see, I didn't place very good. I'm gonna have to cock this guy a little bit over. There we go. So we got a little ho, ho, ho going on there. And then open it up. And then we've got those same dimensions again. 4 by 3 3/4 and 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. And I tried to get it to go in the same direction. This guy, I didn't cut it the same direction, but you can't really tell unless you're like really looking for it. So, and this inside is a little hard to see, I guess, because in my hole's not all that big, but it's kind of hard to see. So maybe a lighter paper or brighter paper. And this is pretty bright, but something with reds and whites and whatnot might show up better through the little opening. So I'm going to glue this on. And then this glues to the back side. Like this. And then this piece is going to come in and burnish on those folds. And then this piece is going to fit on here. So if you wanted to use like those Memories and More cards would fit on here and they're a nice thickness, or if you wanted to put some designer paper on here and then cut your hole out, you can certainly do that as well. I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to prep it first. So I'm going to take you're going to take a window sheet, and you're going to tape that. Mine's a little bit long. I just cut it without really paying attention to how long it's going to be. You're going to, depending on how big your opening is, you're going to tape your window sheet like right through the center. So it's like 3/4 of an inch wide, but depends how big your hole is will depend how long of a piece you need. And I'm going to go ahead and use some of my seal on this because it's a little heavier dutier than my old snail stuff. And the depends what you are using. It could have some like heft to it, and you might want a little added something to hold it in place. And then just glue that down like so on the back side, but to cover your opening. And then we're going to go ahead and glue that on. To this top piece. Like that. Then this bottom piece, you can like tuck under and glue it flat. Lay that flat, glue that flat. So let's go ahead and put our glue on that. So we got it flat. I'm going to turn it under, and that should be in the right spot to lift that up and stay up. And it's slowly going to fall. But that's okay. All right, then I've got another piece for the bottom here that is 4 by 3 3/4. You see a pattern there? They're all kind of the same size. I'm going to glue that to the very bottom. Then I cut out a couple extra bulbs, and I'm going to glue them to the inside for just a little something on the inside. Here. And I only made one topper, and I'm going to kind of overlap them like that so that you can't see. I just thought that would be too much to try and make that fit with the 2 on it. So I'm going to pull that down. Just going to glue that on. I'm just going to put that down in the bottom to give our inside a little kick. All right, so now we want to make a sentiment for the inside. And as I said, you want to find a die set that has layers. So the Hippo and Friends had the layers. So what I'm going to do is cut this out, put my little machine away. Hold on. I didn't want to trip on it, so I walked it back over. So I'm just going to cut this out real quick. Show you what I'm going to do. Put that on there. Hope it stays on there because I don't have any tape with me. Well, I do have tape with me. I just didn't get it out. We're going to call it good. Whatever we get, we're calling it good. Okay. Oh, phew, left out there. All right, so put this back out of the way. I am using our Stamparatus because I tried this a bajillion times and I could not get it to line up. My stamp was on there crooked, and every time I moved it, it just stayed crooked. So what I've done, for anybody who doesn't know, yes, you can't get this anymore, but if you have one or you have one, the Misty, go ahead and take your piece of paper that you just used to cut out. Put something, well, that's not how you do it. You want to ink up, put your stamp on the back of your stamp apparatus, ink it up, close the lid, and stamp on, if you have scrap paper or whatever you have down there. If you've got these sheets, if you got this, I put a post-it note on. Then take the piece that you've used to cut out your whatever, you got a flower, you got a frame, whatever you got. And as you can see, I even stamped a little tiny bit crooked on here, but it lets me line up my frame as kitty wampus as the stamp is. So I'm going to put my magnets on there. I'm going to ink it back up again. I'm really sad too that we had to get rid of this, but maybe eventually it will come back or something kind of like it. Put your frame back in the hole that like it came out of, and then shut the lid, give it a little press. And then now you should have a perfectly stamped, lined up image. And then we're going to take our seal again and go right up the center of our cutout. And then put that, center that in our frame. Stick it to our paper or to our clear window sheet back there. And then now we're done. So we've got our front of our card, and then we're going to stand it up like that. So let me show you. It'll look like this when it's standing up. But also, like, can you see? Oh, sorry about that. You can see through to the paper in the back somewhat. Be cute to put a tea light in there, wouldn't it? Put some vellum, make a bigger hole and put some vellum on there. Stamp something on it with one of those little tea lights back there. Oh, how cool would that be? Someone out there, raise your hand, whoever's going to do that, and show us how that's done. So there we go. That is our card for Christmas. Let's see. Let's remove our spotlight. For those of you that didn't get to see my fun hat yet, I should be back. And that's it. Thanksgiving's over. We're heading into Christmas, you guys. I hope everybody had a good holiday. And take a few deep breaths. Remember, today's Sunday. Take some time for you today. Do something for you. Maybe it was this. Maybe it was watching my video. I appreciate you watching, commenting, sharing, telling all your friends. I'm seeing a little girl, so that makes me excited every time I do one of these. So I'll talk to you later, guys. I'll be back Wednesday for my regular Wednesday Night Live. Bye.